Okay, so got today's guy. Let's see what his plate number is going to end up being. Hold on. It's right across the street here. 2114R2. Yeah, for some reason they like it over here. For some reason. Let's see if this is him. If it is, it's the same vehicle that went into the school yesterday. But I didn't get it on camera. So let's see if this is him. Yep. Yep, that's him. He's got a Trump sign in the back. Yep, that's my guy. So he's the one that's on me today. Every day they got more and more new faces, new cars, sometimes not. Pretty incredible. So now there's another one. Another plate number, another car. So he came around the block yesterday. Was it yesterday or maybe the day before? Anyways, I seen him and he went in. He was doing strange shit. He got pulled into the school. Didn't drop no one off. Didn't pick no one up. Drove around in a circle. Came back out a side street. Went up the hill rather than just coming onto the main road where obviously he wanted to go. I mean, I didn't know that at the time because I was waiting to see what he did. And then what do you call it? So anyway, so he goes up the hill and around the block for absolutely no reason at all because he was really just coming onto the main road, which was 10 feet in front of him when he pulled out. So unless, I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, if he was a normal person, he might just, who knows? I've got to get something at the store, so I'm going to go this way or whatever, But he's not doing none of that. So that was him. That was him just now, tracking, following me, bringing my kids to school. And what a bunch of scum. It's unbelievable. And the most fascinating thing is, that I thought that might have been him, it wasn't. The amount of money that's being put into this is a lot to me. I mean, I think it's a lot. I mean, you've got a lot of agents, man, from several different agencies, all tracking me, following me around, trying to get me on something. The effort being put into setting me up on something is unbelievable. I mean, and it's been going on for years. So you would think they'd have it all together by now, whatever it is they're setting me up on. But I think what it is because I don't really have a very exciting life, So what is there to get me on? So of course they have to look harder and harder. I'm glad I had the camera going. So hopefully this video will upload when I get back. No Mineral Streets going on today. So, at least not yet anyway. 3 days prior we had Mineral Street shit. Pretty heavy. So now that red car, what I just did with him is I put my camera in his face when he was turning around. The camera was not on, but he don't know that. He will when he goes and watches my videos, he'll know. But at the moment, no. And also he had at least one dog with him today. Now he also has a blue car. That same guy, I recognize the dogs. He's the guy that what he'll do is he comes down that street right there, right? He goes down to the end of this other street that my wife and kids live on. And he goes to the end of the street and he walks his dogs. So he parks his car the wrong way on the wrong side of the street. Not unheard of. Not something no too suspicious. But he does have a camera in the grill. So when he was parked there, I got him on camera a couple times, but I wasn't sure he was an agent or not. Could have just been some dude. So when I went and looked up his plate number, he lives in Chicopee, which is about 40-something minutes away from here. You don't drive 40-something minutes to walk your dog at a trail. So, okay, well, you know, maybe he's got a girlfriend or a friend that lives around here. And he's not an agent, right? You got to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. They got to be looked at a little bit. So what I did next was I had my buddy who lives right over here follow him for me. And I got plenty of time because when he's down there walking the dog, he walks his two dogs not very far. He just goes up and down the trail a little bit, waits for me to come by him. Once I go by him, he can leave. And then he switches off with someone else. So anyways, my buddy that lives over here, I said, you know, why don't you help me out? I'm throwing him a few bucks. He thinks it's ridiculous. He don't even believe me. But the day that he followed him, he only followed him to the Belchertown line. And he went down that way, took Route 9, and my buddy followed him to the Belchertown line. So I doubt that he was visiting anybody here in the immediate area. He was probably going back to Belchertown to get to Chicopee. He was just taking the back roads. And, or maybe he wasn't even going home. I don't know. Because it's a residential address. The plate number came out to a residential address. It's just private vehicle. And they do that sometimes, these investigators. They're not all camera cars. Because some of them are. What they'll do is they'll get a vehicle. They'll grab a vehicle that looks like the other vehicles that are in the neighborhood. So if you're in a neighborhood and you go into, I know because I used to do this shit for a living. I used to do it on the side. So let's say all the vehicles in your neighborhood look like that, and they're all four-wheel drive type vehicles, and they're not real expensive, you know, $5,000, $6,000. Then that's what they put in your neighborhood. And they'll drop one right on a corner somewhere where you're least expecting it. You know, maybe a neighbor that if you're driving through a neighborhood like this, right? And you're driving through, what I would do is I would look, if it was me, I would do the same thing. And I'd look around for neighbors that don't really talk to anyone else. Because if you park a car in front of their house, they're not going to care. And everyone else in the block is not going to even ask and say, oh, is that a friend of yours? That car that's been parked there for 3 days? You know, or every couple of days even, or whatever. No one's going to ask because no one talks to that neighbor, really. So they do all the normal shit, you know, that everybody does. It's fucked up. All right, not everybody does, but at least the investigators, normal investigators. And then I'll say, too, their drones, since I'm doing this video anyway, their drones are so fucking small now. Oh, my God, they're tiny. How they're flying them, I would imagine doesn't take much at all because they're so small. The camera and microphone drones is what I'm assuming they are, and they have nighttime capabilities. And I would imagine it's better to fly them at night, but they're fairly transparent during the day anyway. They go real fast. They can go real fast to get by, and you won't even know what it was that went by you because they're so small and so fast. You just think it's like a wasp, or a large wasp or something like that, you know. Yeah, anyways, so yesterday, they do kind of play that sometimes. I mean, once in a while they will put, like there was the big red truck. I got it on camera. The big red truck, it sat up there 1.5 days one time, a whole day and night another time, and then that last time was that Sunday that they tipped over the trash barrel. And it sat there. The camera was looking right at the trash barrel, obviously, to see, you know, who was going to clean it up and all that kind of shit, you know. They're definitely in my phones and my channels and my YouTube channel, my Google accounts, my emails. I don't even go to any of those things anymore. All I do is upload these videos. I can't really go in and talk to anybody, like in the bell, you know, in the message boards and stuff. It's kind of useless at this point because it takes so much of my time to figure out who is real and who is an agent. And it seems that over the 5-6 years that I've been doing this, most of the people that have come to me have been agents. So what the fuck is the use of that, right? So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep posting and everything, but I don't think it's going to ever get anywhere because they totally own the system. The powers that be. And they're fucking taking us out real bad, man. They've been for the last 60 years. The boil has been turned up high for a long time, and the zombies just continue to be the zombies that they are. That's why I say it's not the fault of governments. It's not the fault of these liars that are fucking lying to us. We ask them to lie to us. The shit that we pretend to believe in is so fucking ridiculous and provably false that it's our own will. It's our own doing when you think about it that way, you know? And I mean all of us, you know? Even the McDonald's workers, the people that think that they don't mean anything to the system, well, you do. You're all part of the same energy. And to keep going along and pretending to believe these fucking scumbags is ridiculous. So I have no doubt in my mind that that red car just now was the same red car from yesterday. And now that I got a camera on him today, then I might not see him. He seen me put the camera on him, so that's why he turned around and backed up. Because he was doing a lot of weird shit. Once he saw that I seen him, he saw me pull the phone camera out of my pocket, and then he turned around, went around the building, I mean, because he was facing me backwards. Then when he was coming around the side of the building, what I had done was I had my camera on by that time. So I don't know if I might have got his face on camera. I have to watch it back. I don't know if I had it on in time. But anyways, then he turned around again and showed me his ass end. So I played it off, got his plate number as you've seen in this video. And then by the time I went around the building, I came out the other side. I was going to go right up to the car with the camera, and he was pulling out. So he did all the obvious things. And actually, I think he might have been, it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but they put on these ridiculous disguises. Sometimes they'll grow a beard, and then you see the same dude without a beard. I'm assuming he grew a beard, because, you know, if I don't see him for a week or two, I'm not going to accuse him of having a fake beard. And then what they'll also do is the glasses is a big thing. They'll put it on different glasses, whether they're prescription or not, who knows? They could just be glasses, you know. Sometimes sunglasses, a lot of times sunglasses. changing hats, clothing, vehicles, but it's the same dude. So that dude there that I just seen, he looks like, I'll tear it down, I'll think about it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure he's the same one that was driving the cleaning van. That the time I seen him with the cleaning van, he's the same dude that has the little black car that I caught going right past that street over there one day. Quick 2 second drive by that I caught him on. And then a third time I got him on camera was coming up that side street way over there. And I got his face right on camera. So he looked like the same guy. Only this time he's got the dogs with him. The other guy in the blue car is a different guy. The guy that in the blue car who I'll find down the hill down here, he's a different story. He also uses those same two dogs that I just seen today with this other guy. But I know it's not the same guy. So I don't know. Maybe it's the owner of the investigation firm that's investigating or whatever. Who the fuck knows? Maybe they're paid actors, the dogs. Maybe they're part of the fucking psyop. Poor dogs. Because sometimes you just need an excuse to get out of your vehicle and walk around, and walking your dogs is a good excuse where you don't really raise a lot of attention. I mentioned before that one time they came through this area disguised as electrical salesmen, selling electrical systems and solar panels and that kind of shit. But they were obviously, even at that time, when the police showed up to question them because they were not on the list for being in the neighborhood, and they didn't have anything, and you could tell by the way the cop was smiling. That dude just showed him his investigator passport or whatever and said, I'm a federal investigator, and then he was able to walk. Because if it was anybody else, I've seen it happen before around here, they get told to leave right away. They're not smiling and chatting with the police or things like that. There was something to that story. I don't know what, but I'm just guessing. There was more to that than I was ever told. Because I checked with the neighbors after it was all done, and that's how I even found out that that's what he was doing in the neighborhood in the first place, was he was doing these sales things. I've been through it all before. I know how they do this. I know how they come around. They do that, They could come as delivery people. They could be working for the UPS or whatever, Federal Express or some shit like that. It could be anything. So... Anyways, all right, I'll be back.